Letters to Ellie. In the dictionary, perineal means as old as ages. It's always been there, since time immemorial. In philosophy, perineal philosophy is in the belief that below all religions is a universal spring that feeds all the wells of the lands. In short, all religions are universal within their essence, and they are there to teach us all. Our synchronicities and our serendipities are part of grace that not only gives one insights and signs leading one along the road less traveled as one absorbs the uncommon wisdom so they can walk on the correct path. And whenever one is on the correct path for oneself and in harmony with one's life. As Deepak Chopra says, think of strawberry ice cream and an ice cream deliveryman will turn up at the door offering strawberry ice cream for your delight, hence proving that spirit is alive and is involved in our lives as well as in our hypotheses. This spoken word video is an allegorical story focused on some synchronicities that have been happening recently in Joan's everyday life, which correlated with her past few weeks' experiences that were constructed out of seemingly random choices and spontaneity. Experiences that should make even the most adamant witch hunter or spiritual detractor at least question their mindset or their views on spirit, God, or deep reality. Because if they listen to the text's wisdom with an open, honest heart and give an honest opinion with their intellectual prowess, they will either find it intellectually amusing or life-changing, for it's all down to their honesty, not their blind faith, dogmatic rationalism, or their loyalty.
Texts to Ellie, higher coincidences. Good morning, Ellie. How's things going for you? I've still got the virus. Mary helps me ignore the cold symptoms, which is cool. I want to show you some magic, after the abuse that you received from those witch hunters, or spiritual detractors. Last week, I created a summary of my spoken word videos, in short. My wisdom gained in my life right up to date. Go to part 2 as I can't send large texts. Part 2. Basically, I created a spoken word video that had the essence of my wisdom and research. I created it with Beatrice on our new laptop that her parents gave us, and we emailed it, and then we went to the bedroom and got it on our PC. Turned the text to spoken word with TTS Reader, and created a spiritual spoken video accompanied by some background music, and I posted it on YouTube. And I called it, Spirit, Humans and Gods. Part 3. After that, the next day I decided to create some music on my computer, as I still had a few more packages to utilize before Beatrice, our long-term friend Rick, and I jammed together on our instruments that had been lying idly in our sitting room for a while. So I chose a couple of deep house packages that I'd had for some time that I hadn't utilized at the time, and I created a song through the night as per usual. When the sun is down, the moon is waning and the prana is plenty. Anyway, when I had finished with the instrument sections, I decided to add the lyrics. And when I did, can you Adam and Eve it? The song's lyrics totally correlated with my spoken word summary video that I had just uploaded to my YouTube videos channel playlists. So, I made 5 mixes of the song with alternative instruments, and I uploaded them for tomorrow. I mean, what were the chances of that? If I wrote about love or heartache, fair enough, for as you know I am a lover of wisdom, truth and reality. So I write about deep reality, spiritual wisdom and philosophy. Therefore for me, I believe that that was magic, or a miracle, take your pick. It was definitely a synchronicity. Part 4. I went out yesterday to get Luca some videos to fill her new wallet that we had got her that wasn't quite full for her birthday. And I only needed 6. It killed me, because it was cold and I have a virus. But my intuition was telling me that I'd find what I want, and so we trudged in and out of all the shops, and I got all 6 videos that I needed, and they were gems. Then, we noticed that she had Scooby-Doo, which we thought it would be too scary for a 3-year-old, and as Beatrice is a Scooby-Doo fan, I gave it to her. And we searched high and low looking for one more, because I needed 6, and I only had 5, because the Scooby-Doo mishap, or the parental guidance advice, had left us 1 video short. Then at the last shop, I made another mistake as I bought 2 videos, as I was not up to scratch mentally, because of the virus. When we got back home, I checked, I had 7 videos, and I was at odds of which one to leave out of the bunch. And I was a bit gutted, because all the cartoons were fantastic. Then, finally, when I had finished, I decided to check the videos in the wallet and put them into some kind of order, and I noticed that I'd left out the first sleeve in the wallet, because I hadn't broken the seal on the sleeve, as I hadn't seen it, and that made it 7 videos. So the extra video was not a mistake, it was magic, or spiritual intervention for sure. Part 5. Yeah, there's magic everywhere, if you have your wits and senses attuned to receive them. So don't lose your beliefs. Just speak to like-minded people on those kind of subjects. Oh, and I forgot to put that we wanted 2 more DVD wallets the other day. That's why I needed more videos to fill Luca's new one. Anyway, when we were in the shops picking up more videos, we found 2 wallets in a charity shop, and it was definitely a synchronicity for sure. So I'd got too many videos for Luca's wallet that held 20 videos, and this wallet held 40. So I got both wallets, one for Luca and one for myself, because I needed 1 too for my music and my films, and what were the chances of that happening? So, that's another synchronicity, or spiritual interaction, or magic happening. Part 6. On our new laptop, we have GarageBand. Basically, we have a music studio on our new computer, and just recently, we'd been scanning Amazon and other websites for a portable studio for our music for our band. But they were all out of our price range. So we got a Tascam studio from Amazon online, but it only allows for 2 instruments to be played together at one time. So we couldn't record our future jams together live. Anyway, we can use the Tascam and lay the tracks down 2 by 2 and record them on GarageBand, and then play them back and play live with them, and that way we can jam and merge them all together simultaneously. So, more magic. Of course, a lot of disbelievers would say that they were all a coincidence and nothing more. But I would reply by saying that according to science, if something repeats itself more than 3 times, it becomes a pattern that one can observe systematically or mathematically, thus scientifically proving its existence, which opens up even more avenues of thought and wisdom, such as free will and determinism, than into atheism or belief. I don't want to put you on the spot or anything, but you can show your negative or logical friends the texts and leave it for them to decide whether magic is real and natural or delusional and unattainable. Part 7. On top of that, this is another synchronicity for you, as everyone you tell that you think that magic is real thinks you're nuts. So you can show them and then ask them to explain those stories with coincidence, as 3 or more coincidences become a pattern, and those scientific patterns give us things like time and space. Universities, tested technology, curriculums, and the ability to look to our past to plan and create a better future. So they turn their backs on spiritual wisdom and put it all down to insanity or fantasy. However, spiritual truth seekers are not bitter for controversial opinions, only add more wisdom to their spiritual journey. Because ironically, without their adversities and their negativity, there would be no room for growth, change, or spiritual development to utilize one's compassion and add it all to one's personal spiritual growth and wisdom. Part 8. My intuition just pointed out another synchronicity to the above to round it all off. Basically, last week we were holding a small dinner party with two friends, Rick and Jerry. Then just before the party, Rick caught a virus, so we have to reschedule the party to the following week, when his cold had gone, and we couldn't catch it from him. Then Jerry told us that next Sunday was his birthday, but as our party was on Saturday, he should be able to make it to ours too. Then Beatrice's mum told us that her family were holding a surprise birthday party for George, Beatrice's stepfather, at her sister's house, and it was for the aforementioned Saturday. Then 2 days after the party, both George and I had caught a cold, and we had the same timing and symptoms, and his brother had recently got over a cold. So it doesn't take a genius to work out the catalyst to our colds. Anyway, these things happen and no one is to blame, just random chaos and/or coincidences. Nevertheless, because I had the cold, we had to cancel our party on Saturday, which was cool for Jerry, as it's quality not quantity that makes a good birthday weekend, and Beatrice and I couldn't really afford the party because of the rising energy and food bills, and we were having trouble keeping up with them. So the money for the party helped us meet the needs or demands of our bills, and we had a few pounds left to afford Luca's DVDs and her wallet too. So everything in all those stories together show a pattern, and it's known as a high coincidence or a synchronicity. And synchronicity and serendipity are both the signs and the grace of spirit, magic, divine intervention, miracles, or God. Lots of love, Joan.